I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to tell you some bullshit and feed you lies. If you want to have true discipline, it's going to take you decades. Yes, it's going to take you decades, not days. A lot of you guys, man, see, this is the issue with a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys are microwave minded. You are fast food programmed, and you're searching for an instant victory when for you to find success in this world, it's never changed. The same way that you succeeded in 2000 BC, 53 AD, 1653 AD, and now today in 2025, is that you have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. I guarantee you, if you were to evaluate every area of your life and you were to look at the top 1% of fitness coaches, of bodybuilders, of NBA players, of financial investors and traders and business owners, they'll tell you that it took them decades. The guy that you saw online who had this great business idea and it blew up overnight, you didn't see all the work that he put into his mindset. You didn't see all the times that he failed in, his college career, or he failed in his first job and he had to learn and go back to the drawing board. And just because he finally got an idea that popped off, all of a sudden you think his success came overnight. Because one thing that my mentor always told me, he said, when you plant a seed, where do you find the roots? Does it typically grow over the ground, or is it being rooted underneath and you can't tell if it's growing or not? Because you have to invest in your long-term success. Understand this. Victory is in the small details that happen daily over decades. I repeat, over decades. And if you're a man and you looking at yourself in the mirror and you hate your circumstance, you live the life of a pawn, you live the life of being controlled and told what to do each and every day, and you do not have a vision or a guide for yourself, and you're not willing to commit to this path to become a king, and understand that it may take you not just one day, not just 1 week, not just 1 month, not even 1 year. It may take you 10 for you to become the man that you feel that you want to be and know deep down inside that you can be. But are you going to be willing to commit to that? Because let me tell you something. The same way in the financial world, where they tell you if you want to be an investor, you got to invest in ETFs. You got to invest in long-term stocks, long-term bonds. You have to bet on the back end. See, everybody wants to chase those quick highs, some quick profits where you get in and you get out and you never make a wrong decision. But let me tell you something. When you think for the long term, that's what put chest in your hair. Because that is what the aspect of the compound effect is. You understand that your success comes in compound interest. And I'm not just talking about finance, but I'm talking about when it comes to the decisions that you make with your body, the type of diet that you're eating over decades and decades, the type of people that you're connecting with over decades and decades, the type of habits that you're building, the structure that you have each and every day. That's not something that comes overnight, not even over a year. When I look back at my life, because just to let y'all know, I'm 29 years old. My life really changed when I became 19. Not because I learned some secret magic pill that allowed me to become this great man, but because I put myself on a journey and I took action and I started to learn things that I felt could allow my life to be better. Starting with basketball, where I got that mental mindset and I put in that strong work ethic and I learned how to believe in myself. Switching over to approaching women in real life. Switching over to going into sales. Switching over to starting a YouTube channel. Switching over to moving and exploring to a new world. And to now when I'm in a firm sales role and I know that I'm going to succeed, but I focus on my growth each and every day and I look in the mirror and think like, wow, can you believe the man that you become? But it didn't start when I just made that one decision at the beginning when I was 19 years old, but I had to constantly move forward because what it did is that it shaped my mind to think long term. When you guys have a mindset where you're thinking long term and you're willing to remain in it day in, day out, despite the ups and the downs, that's when you're going to truly become a king. But the thing that a lot of you guys lack is you lack the discipline to stick with things. You guys like to finish things halfway. You don't like to, put your head down. And this is the reason why. Because a lot of you guys feel like you have a lot of time. A lot of you guys feel like you got your whole life ahead of you. And some of y'all probably do. Some of y'all nutsack probably dropped 2-3 years ago. Your voice just got a little bit deeper. And you're starting to finally understand the physical aspects of what it means to be a man. But the thing is that you have to get the mentality. Because no matter how much energy you have in your body, no matter how much motivation you have when you wake up in the morning, if you can't commit to it in the tough days, in the hard days, in the days where you're drained and you just want to watch Luka drop 50 or Jokic drop 70 and just take a day off from work, that's not going to allow you to become who you truly were meant to be. But when you finally make that switch and your mind starts to think on a higher level because you realize time's passing me by. I was 19 yesterday, I'm 23 tomorrow. Then next week, I'm gonna be 27. Then the month after that, I'm gonna be 35. You start to realize that you don't have time to fuck around. And you realize and you start to notice that the decisions that you're making on a daily basis are gonna become more risky. Because if you fail, you don't have another 10, 20, 30 years to figure it out. You don't have another a $40, $50, $100,000 job over the next 10 years to build back up your business portfolio. And you start to realize that you have to make those good decisions each and every day. And now you have a family. Now you have kids that you have to take care of. And a lot more pressure is riding on you. Because as you continue to grow and elevate, your discipline starts to make a bigger difference. A great example, when you look at a great athlete, whether it be a basketball player, football player, soccer player, whatever, he can go around and just run off a natural talent. That basketball player who's eating McDonald's the day before and destroying his opponents in high school, it was easy. It was light work. But then what happens when he goes to D1 program? He still got the talent. He can still outwork everybody else because he's just that much greater. But he's starting to notice that his discipline is catching up to him. The players who've been conditioning all year round, they're starting to expose him. The players who've been watching that film on him are starting to know that he can only go left and he can't shoot off the dribble. And you want to tell me you trying to make it into the league, into the NBA, where those small different implementations of discipline make a huge difference because everybody's doing what you're doing. Everybody's on us dealing with those professional trainers. Everybody's getting the greatest analytics in sports science and nutritional diet, that if you aren't willing to go the extra mile, by the time that 82 game season is up and you're 15 games in the playoffs, that conditioning is going to start to make a difference. Your diet is going to start to make a difference. Your mental fortitude is going to start to make a difference. And no, none of you guys are in the NBA. But my point is, you're on the basketball court of life. And you have to hone your discipline and commit to it long term. Because you may not see the fruits of your labor and the discipline that you're putting in each and every day right now. But I want you to do something. Reflect on what you look like 3 months from now, 12 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Take notes and look at the man you are and reflect back and think, wow, all those decisions I made. The times when I told my family no, I didn't want to just go out and spend time doing nothing. I told no to the fine woman who was just trying to have me do Netflix and chill and spend all my money on her compared to building the business. The times when I was going to eat the chocolate cake, but I said no, and I ate the hard body things, and now it's preventing me from having cancer and having all these debilitating diseases where my body is breaking down each and every day. You see what I'm saying? And the most important thing, having the discipline to live in the way of the Most High each and every day and to avoid temptation because you understood and you committed for the long haul. So I need you guys to do 3 things today. Promise yourself that you're going to commit to your life for the long haul. You're going to see your life as a long-term investor where you're willing to put money in each and every day for 10 years and not see any return until eventually it blows up and you see the majestic work in front of you from all the great decisions and time and energy and blood, sweat, and tears you put in. I need you to also focus on the daily process. Stop getting caught up in the final result, but fall in love with the process, the refinement, the building up of the muscles, the saving of the money, the waking up every day and grinding and making sure you're not only grinding hard, but you're moving smart and being efficient with your time. And the last thing, dog, you didn't come here to make excuses. You didn't come here to make excuses. I don't give a damn that life ain't fair. I don't give a damn that a lot of these technologies are replacing the people who aren't moving forward. Are you gonna put up or are you gonna bitch up? Point blank, period. So when you understand these things and you commit to the long term and you understand that discipline comes in decades and not days, you are going to find the compound interest in your life, and the fruits that you're planting right now are gonna grow exponentially. And in the blink of an eye, bro, a decade's gonna pass and you're gonna understand that you made the right decision. So hope this video helped you guys out, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.